Dolňácko Song and Dance Festival, which takes place in Hluk once every 3 years, a tradition for nearly 70 years, and which accompanies the annual festival of Moravian Slovakian brass bands, is essentially associated with folk costumes and the Ride of the King procession. At this time, the whole of Hluk takes to the program, carefully composed to satisfy a wide range of lovers of song, dance, brass band, good food and drink, and folklore. The surrounding vineyards and orchards are an endless source of refreshment and entertainment not only during the festival, but for the rest of the year as well. Hluk is famous not only for its wine and slivovitz production, but also for being a breeding ground of young musicians. Hluk itself, as well as its general surroundings, are considered to be a rich folklore area where almost every small village maintains its own costumes, own customs, and own local dialect, which clearly determines their own roots, however close to each other they may be. Although it is the youngest town in Moravian Slovakia, Hluk's rich history dates back to at least the 13th century, which is illustrated by one of the town's dominant features, the Middle Ages fortress. Nowadays, the entourage of riders has to familiarize themselves with horseback riding, unlike in the past when they would in fact ride their own horses. As laid down by tradition, the boys have to elect from among themselves the one who will become their king and sort out the other appointments. Pages usually, the king always, ride white horses dressed in festive female garments and decorated with head ribbons. Other riders are dressed in male garments. Stuck in their right high leg boot, the riders carry poles bearing red or orange Turkish scarves. In the morning, the riders, accompanied by brass band music, as yet without calling, arrive at the door of the king's parents, whom they ask for consent. Later on, a similar ceremony takes place in front of the town hall, where they also ask the town major for an endorsement. Only then can they ride through the main streets of the town, accompanied by loud and mighty calling. The king's face is shrouded in ribbons, and he holds a flower in his mouth as a sign of reticence. Pages ride with their sabers drawn, guarding the king. If it happened that the king was kidnapped by boys from a neighboring village, it would entail a huge embarrassment, and the whole affair would be settled only by a ransom, paid in the form of wine or beer. However, it used to be the other way around, as the Hluk folk would usually succeed in kidnapping a king from some other neighboring village and hold him to ransom. The beggars are equipped with wicker baskets to carry the presents they got for their calling. Their pay in liquid kind, wine or slivovitz, doesn't make it to storage at all, as it's consumed right there on the spot. A typical part of the horse decoration in Hluk is the heart on the horse's chest, which is further decorated with paper roses and ribbons woven into the horse's mane. After a lunch break, the festival proceeds with a grand festive procession in folk costumes, which again includes the Ride of the King. The whole party arrives together at the stadium, where the extensive program of the festival culminates. Such a festival has always been a manifestation of the effort of some ethnographic enthusiasts, who besides the Ride of the King also organized other events in the past, such as costume parades, which are valued as an interesting and effective contribution to the national culture heritage. Such an event also serves as encouragement to strengthen people's patriotism and their feeling of local identity. Thousands of satisfied visitors, not only from the surrounding area, but from all over the world, including expatriates living overseas, revel in the festivities, which bring unique moments they'll never forget. For that matter, while everybody knows that silence calms you down, we can assert that Hluku cures.
From the Czech Republic, Tereza Zelinková for First Czech American TV.